Alrighty. Today we have a super special guest, just another dude. So today's show is just two dudes. We're talking today about a monstrosity that I like to call Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
It's a little strong, don't you think?
Yes. It sucks. It's not a good game. And the main reasons why it's not a good game are as follows.
First, I'd like to talk about a weapon that has been included in this game, and it's a weapon that, for some reason, was not included as a joke. It's called the Model 1887 shotgun. Basically, the idea of this gun is that in 1887, a shotgun was invented which is stronger than the cutting-edge, not yet released modern weaponry included in the game, which is ironic as the name is Modern Warfare. However, not only is it a shotgun, which is strong enough to shoot 40 feet and kill a man instantaneously, but you ostensibly are allowed to hold two of them at once and sprint about while doing so. You know, there are several akimbo weapons in the game, but this one really takes the cake, as you are frequently killed by this at distances which can only be described as hilarious. From 30 yards out, you'll frequently find yourself killed in one hit by people sprinting around holding these shotguns. It basically makes every other weapon in the game obsolete at any distance below 40 yards because you're gonna die.
Well, it's quaint. It's pretty interesting to be sure. Two of my biggest concerns are there's what's called a thermal scope. As you may have surmised, it's a scope that picks up thermal signatures. Heat! There are several levels in the multiplayer that are very clouded as far as your vision goes. There's one where you're in a big downpour. There's one where you're in these woods and you can't see, oh shit! And you can't see anything past, your dick in front of your face. So, if you have a thermal scope, you're going to win the game. Why? Because you can see. Now, apparently Infinity Ward, the company that made this game, saw fit to make 3 or 4 levels where you're just dicked if anyone on the other team has a thermal scope. And I guess they just find it funny. I think there's just several things in this game that Infinity Ward just found hilarious. And to make sane people like us, and also people who aren't 9, people who don't just run around using grenade launchers and Model 1887s, just make people weep who don't do that. The other thing is the spawning. Now, if you've ever played Modern Warfare 1 or World at War, which was the game right after that, you know a lot about Call of Duty spawning. Let me give you an example. One of the nice little kill streak rewards you can get is a sentry gun. So this sentry gun goes back and forth and kills you. That's what it does. It's a gun mixed with a sentry. It does the job of a person without the person. It's incredible. It's pretty cool. I died from one of these. And the game spawned me on my corpse that had just been killed by a sentry gun. And believe it or not, the sentry gun killed me again because it was already trained on my body.
And lest you think that this is an anecdotal incident, bear in mind that there's a kill streak reward called Chopper Gunner, which allows you to take control of a chopper and shoot your enemies. By design of the makers of this game, it is extraordinarily easy to be killed by this and immediately be spawned in its path and killed again without any chance of, escape or recourse. Frequently, you'll die 3 to 4 times from the same chopper without a chance to even shoot it down.
Or to get inside, for that matter.
Yeah, before you either get spawned inside or somebody shoots it down. But frequently, you're killed by this chopper also when you are not in its line of sight at all. Just be, hanging out,
just walking around,
sipping a Long Island iced tea or something,
just loving
inside,
life,
and then you pay for it dearly.
Hanging out with your family, and a chopper, you get a knock on your door, and who is it but this chopper gunner? You open up, and you're dead. And then it's like, God said, you get a second chance, you get to do it again, and it spawns you in the same door frame, and then you die again.
Just one last thing about spawning, very often you'll be playing, and you just get spawned on a claymore, or a
live grenade.
Yeah. Very frequently you'll get spawned and then immediately killed, and you'll actually see yourself just phase into existence on someone else's kill cam, which it's not their fault, but damn.
I think We were talking about this earlier. One of the best features of Halo 3 is the theater mode, and it allows you to go back through the game and save video clips of cool things that happen. And Halo 3, as far as I know, is one of the very few games that has a theater mode.
That and Uncharted 2.
Yeah. So you have this mode, and Infinity Ward doesn't put in the game. Now, why would they not put that in the game other than they just didn't want to get millions and millions of clips of really unfair shit happening to them sent into them?
Well, that and the fact that it was going to sell whether or not they put it in the game. They
Yeah,
knew
well,
that.
Infinity
No-
Ward, I'm going to put some dick on you. As soon as I find your executive, he's going to get a taste of it. I'll
Just-
tell you what.
Just one last thing. There's a thing in Gears of War, both iterations, called Host Advantage. And it sounds weird, but for some reason, it has yet again been included in this game, which is perplexing. Many a time, you will be, the victim of an unknown assailant. And, quizzically you look around wondering, how did they kill me? I was behind the concrete wall. I went prone, and you'll see yourself in the kill cam standing there, doe-eyed, as you're mowed down by bullet after bullet. Instead of, sprinting to cover and throwing a flashbang, you just get...
Which is what your screen may have showed,
Yeah.
but didn't actually
Yeah.
happen.
So instead of, getting a throwing knife kill while flashbanged, you just get shot in the nuts and fall down a flight of stairs. It's weird. And so oftentimes it is really in your best interest to just not try a knife, because even if you do, you'll generally just catch a bullet to the face for your trouble, as you have a worse connection than the host. So they'll just kill you, and you'll see your knife go into them. And oftentimes you'll even finish the animation and the sound will, go off like, hey, you knifed that person. Good job. And you're, in fact, dead. Little did you know it.
Those are 3 or 4 of the...
Oh, Commando.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to make it 4 or 5 of the most ridiculous aspects of that game that make it unplayable. Well, nearly unplayable. Now, this is one thing that I'm really railing about and railing against. You get perks online, and they're just little things, and there's, I don't know, probably 17 or 18 perks. And they're just little things, and there's 3 different slots for them, and they make your gaming experience more realistic, apparently. So one of them is called Lightweight, you move faster. One of them is Commando, you jump further when you knife. And one of them is Marathon, you can sprint forever. These are 3 mobility perks. These are 3 things, that control your movement. So why would they put them in 3 different slots? I don't know, but they did. And people put these perks on and just sprint willy-nilly throughout the map, drool flying out of their mouth as they go. And they can almost kill you from, it seems like, across the room with a knife. They just jump over and kill you with it. Now, I know that's one of the things that 9-year-olds have been defending from the get-go. This is one of the things that they just say, well, they wouldn't have put it in the game if they weren't supposed to, if you weren't supposed to do it. That's not exactly entirely the case, I think. There's, it's ridiculous, and as my friends at Penny Arcade put it, this person who's doing this is not a modern warrior, he's a fucking psychopath. So
They're like a homicidal version of the Flash.
yeah. Well, more or less. It's
But more like 8 years old.
and you can't put any dick on him. You can't do it. So, long story short, there are a lot of very serious gameplay flaws with Call of Duty. So much so that I'm basically very tired of the gameplay already, and I've had it for about a week. So, that's about it for us, I believe. I'd like to thank my special guest here, Just the Dude. And I will see you guys next time.